All right, y'all. Happy Halloween. 31 and 31. Y'all seen the thumbnail. Y'all see what it's gonna be. It's a special one for y'all. And this to me, I kinda like this movie a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's a nice little anthology type of film. Today's movie is the Halloween special. Trick or Treat. And before I get into this, I'm gonna give it a little story time real quick. I gotta get this out the way. Halloween is my favorite holiday. I know we got 4th of July, Thanksgiving, Christmas. I'm not finna debunk or say something negative about them because them are great. But why I like Halloween, to be honest, is it's for all ages. As a kid, it's all about the candy. You know what I'm saying? Trick or treating, getting yourself a fucking big ass bag of candy or two. As a teenager, it's about, you know what I'm saying, let's sneak in mom and dad liquor cabinet. Let's do some pranks. You know what I'm saying? You can have still wear costumes. And as an adult, it's the same thing. You can still go to parties. It's more adult content in those kind of parties. Y'all can still play dress up, you know what I'm saying, like y'all was teenagers still. But to me, it's more something that every age can do. When it come to Christmas, as a kid, I grew up middle class or whatever. I didn't always get everything I wanted. So Christmas can be great if you're rich. But some kids don't get shit. That ain't a good Christmas if you done had several Christmases like that. Or as an adult, I'm realizing it's a fucking chore. You know what I'm saying? You want to go out there and get every damn thing in your possibility for your children, especially if you got a lot like I do, 5. So Christmas is joyful to see the happiness in their face to get everything they got, but it break your fucking pocket and it's a chore. Cause when you a kid, you don't realize how much your parents doing for you to get these damn PlayStations and Xboxes. But as an adult, you like, damn. That's $700 worth of stuff he want. That's $1,000 worth of what he want. That's $600 worth of what she want. You just tallying up how much money it costs. It's a fucking job as an adult. So that's what take the fun out of Christmas for me personally. I said I wasn't gonna bash at the holidays and I just did it. I'm just saying, certain holidays ain't fun. Thanksgiving cool, but you might deal with family members who get too drunk or eating nasty food, and you dealing with family members who you really wouldn't fuck with if it wasn't Thanksgiving. So I ain't finna go through every holiday that I don't like or that making them why Halloween better. I'm just saying me personally. That's why Halloween has always been my favorite holiday. I'm a horror buff, and it's been fun throughout my entire life. Even though I got kids now, it's still fun trick-or-treating with them compared to $4,000 worth of gifts I gotta buy for Christmas. Back to the movie. That's just a story time why I love Halloween. This ain't just a horror channel just to be a horror channel. Halloween, my favorite month, favorite holiday, and I just love horror. Now we finna get into the movie Trick or Treat. This is an anthology film. So like I say with movies, it got probably 14 characters that you interact with throughout the movie, but I'm only gonna name 4 because they're the ones who carry it. This movie is like 4 different stories, like Tales from the Hood or something. It's 4 different stories interwoven into one complete movie. Like kind of like All Hallows Eve, where she put the videotape in and watched the movie. It's 3 different tales. It's sort of like that. We got Dylan Baker as Steven. He a motherfucker. I'm gonna get to him. We got Ellen Peake as Laurie. Obviously, it's always got to be some kind of Laurie character in a Halloween type of movie. We got the great Brian Cock as Mr. Cringe. I might pronounce that wrong. It might be Crurge. Whatever. And then we got Quinn Lord as Sam. He's the trick-or-treat character. I actually dressed my son up as this guy last year. Nice little costume. And I'm going to tell you how this movie works out for me. I like the way it was interwoven, because as you watching it on first view, or any view, even if you know what was happening, you don't know this is an interwoven story. You thinking these are different tales? Maybe I think you could tell it's the same town, but you don't understand it's a full tale till it comes full surface at the end when you start seeing all the characters throughout the movie all on the same block trick or treating. So it starts off with creepy Halloween montage. It's like a Halloween festival, and you see just all the trick-or-treating, nice little sexy outfits. These chicks, the Laurie character, she with her sisters at the Halloween festival, they being real promiscuous. First they at the Halloween costume store trying on outfits, sexy little outfits. They get that, they go to the party, they just trying to get drunk and find some men. That's like the first 10 minutes. Then they pan to the first story with the Steven character. He basically the school principal for the town. He outside, you know what I'm saying, finishing the decorations for his Halloween. And then it's this little fat little kid coming up the block. He kicking all the jack-o'-lanterns over. He taking all the candy. Because some people got candy on the porch. Take a snack and go. He just take the whole basket, dump them out. So when he get to Steven's house, Steven see this like, you shouldn't be doing that. No, so that ain't right. He's like, come here, let me holler at you. He's like, okay, Mr. Steven, because that's his neighborhood principal. He know him. He come on the porch. He's like, I got a special piece of candy for you. He give him a piece of chocolate bar, Mr. Good Bar or whatever, sneaker. And then the kid get to, you know what I'm saying, throwing up all this chocolate liquid. This is like disgusting but cool because it ain't real. You know what I'm saying? Then the kid passed out on this lap. He dragged the kid into the house. Then you get to another. They setting up all the stories like that. You get to the third story where it's a little chick dressed up as a witch. She going out to like a haunted burial ground in the town that kids go every year because it's a haunted tale about what I'm gonna get to in a minute. So she get dressed. She go out with the cool kids. She kind of like the introvert weirdo of the group, but it's the guy. He nice to her. Like, it's all right. I like your costume. She's like, yeah, I made it myself. Like, all right, let's bug out. Let's go. They on their way to the grave site. Then you get to the Mr. Crudge character. He like an old man, Brian Cox character. He an old man in this house, bitter, mean. His whole yard decorated perfect for Halloween, but kids knocking on his door. He ain't fucking with him. He yelling, go away. He got this creepy ass little dog that he got like animatronics to scare him off if they persist. They throw an egg at his window because he ain't fucking with him. And it's just like, that's the setup for the 4 stories. Now, as the movie plays on, we pan through all these stories to get to it. Like, the Steven character is carving pumpkins with his son. But as he doing that, we see the principal is also a psycho killer. Because the fat kid that he poisoned with the chocolate earlier, he got him in the backyard now burying him. The dog in the next yard hear the commotion and the burying and the noise. He started barking at him. This is Brian Cox character's dog barking at Steven. So he cut the boy finger off and throw it like, yeah, that's gonna keep the kid away. What about evidence? Don't think about none of that police type shit or with real life. Just put yourself in the movie and go with it. So the Mr. Crudge character come out like, stop all that damn racket. He like, I'm sorry, sir. All right. The little boy ain't fully dead, so he like step on his neck to break it. But he inside the grave digging hole he done built. You know what I'm saying? To bury this boy. So after he finished the burial, he buried the boy, you know what I'm saying? Plant some flowers and some trees over him and watering them for the night. And that's his end scene. We go back to the Lori character where she, you know what I'm saying, talking to her sisters. They like, yeah, we all got us a man. They ain't cute or nothing, but they like us. They nice enough. We can have our party now. She like, I don't know about it, you know what I'm saying? She acting real like virginal, scary. She the youngest of her sisters. And they just insisting like, we finna be promiscuous tonight. That's what they want you to think. So she like, all right, I'm finna go off on my own and find a guy. She dip off through the gangway like an alley from the carnival is like on the main street, but it got gangways like New Orleans where it's alleyways to cut through. As she cutting through the alley, she run into a Grand Reaper type of nigga in a costume. He grabs her up. He got like vampire fangs. You think it's a vampire in the real world. He bite her neck, draw a little blood. Then it's like a stupid noise where she get vicious with him and attacks him. And that scene cuts to the trick-or-treating kids. The little girl I told you about, she like a main character. She and the friends get to the grave site. And that's when you get the exposition of this Brian Cox character that we find out. It's these mental kids in the town 30, 40 years ago. All the parents of these kids was ashamed of them, didn't like them, they slow, they retarded or whatever. So they hired a Mr. Krug's character, they bus driver, to drive him off a cliff and kill him. into the backwood lake of the town that's kind of like off-road. So he obliges and drives. First, he strapped all the kids down in the bus because they retarded, slow. I shouldn't even be saying that. They, you know what I'm saying, mentally disabled. So he strapped them down, and he drives them off a cliff. I don't know. I think actually, as he finna drive, he giving all the kids candy as he's strapping them down. One of the kids break loose and take control of the bus and drive the bus off the cliff. And they all died, all of the disabled kids. But Mr. Crutch, as a young man, survived the crash and climbed out the water. That's when we get this creepy ass Sam character. And I'm talking about, he not intimidating like a slasher or a whore. He like the size of, he's short, he probably a little taller than Chucky. This is a grown man. It's a midget in a costume, basically. Or this could have been a real little boy. I don't know. Actually, Quinn Lloyd, he probably a teenager now, so he probably this was a real little boy playing this. He got no dialogue. He don't look intimidating, but he's supernatural. So when Brian Cox's character is sitting on the couch just enjoying his little, I think he watching like The Thing or Halloween or some shit on TV. The little Sam character, you know what I'm saying, he's the antagonist monster of the movie. He knock on the door. Then Mr. Crutch come answer the door. He look down and see him. So he like, I ain't got no more candy. The little boy is a mute. He don't talk the whole movie. He just look at him, turn his head like, didn't say shit. He like, now get the fuck out of here. He slammed the door in his face. Next thing you know, as he walking back to his seat, he see the little kid run across the floor. You know what I'm saying? Running. Now he realized what the fuck going on. But he ain't stupid in my opinion. He go get the shotgun double barrel right away. They have a little fight. Like, he shoot him a few times, blow his arm off. The little kid bite the hell out of a lollipop, stab him with it. Like, they having a nice little fight where he fucking the kid, the little trick-or-treating Sam entity character up. But he's also getting slashed here and there, stabbed in the knee. They having a little battle because this dude is, he like a demon entity who really is a salvation for Halloween. He wants you to enjoy Halloween in the fullest. And if you acting any kind of fuck shit on Halloween, he punish you. Like he did to open the act where a chick was blowing out all the pumpkins, you know, the jack-o'-lanterns. He didn't like that, so he sliced her up and made her part of the ornaments. Brilliant kill. So when we pan back from they fight, you start seeing all the scenes we saw earlier in the movie are starting to make sense. Like, he at the window banging like, help! But his neighbor, Steven, he just cussed out about making noise in the yard, like, fuck you, and just walked off. Now this is where you see the interwovens of these. Like, you see, when they go back to the graveyard with the kids, they tell the story about what I just told, the bus driver and his mental kids. And they play a prank on the chick, and she passes out of being fearful. So when they said woke her up, like it was a prank, we sorry. She's like, that shit ain't funny. They finna get on the elevator, because it's an elevator to get down the shaft. She get on the elevator and lock it with her little pirate friend. The other three are like, let us in, let us in. Because now the real demons from the bus, the real kids are emerging, just like the prank they just played on the girl. She kind of thinking this could be a prank. If it is, if it ain't, I don't give a fuck. If it ain't a prank, y'all fuck. Because I'm going up. She started going up on the elevator, waving bye to him. Sinister as fuck. But she ain't portrayed as to be the villain of the situation. Then they get killed. You hear all kind of screams and moans. That's when you see the trick-or-treat Sam character look at her like, you just fucked them up. Oh well, good looking. And they walk past each other, no harm. Like, he ain't evil slasher type of guy. He evil until you disrespect Halloween, trick-or-treating, the ritual. It's a big story, Illuminati story about Halloween if you don't know about it. That's another topic for another day. But he's part of that. He making sure you get your last harvest in and all of that. He real true to it. And if you don't respect Halloween the way he do, he fuck you up. So now you see her, the witch character, walking home. As she walking home, you start seeing other characters who've been main characters through the movie go. Now we go to the last scene in the movie where it's Laurie character, her and her sister's trying to find a man that they can have sex with on Halloween. The guy who bit her neck and stuff, she attacked him and brought him back to the little forest area where her and her sisters having a little rave party. That's when you see these aren't women. They are like werewolf vampires. So her fine ass sisters, these are beautiful, attractive ass women. They start transforming into their real forms, you know what I'm saying? Werewolves. They take the mask off of him, and it's the Steven character who been dressed up as this basically Dracula slash, what you call that? Demon kind of character, like the Grand Reaper. So they take his fake little fangs out, like that's pretty nice, because they real vampire werewolves. He see the other men that they've been capturing through the night and sucking blood. So when you thought all movie they just trying to be some promiscuous teenagers, they really looking for men to suck blood out and be victims. So he scream as she knows and attack him, kill him. Now the movie comes full circle. After they kill him, they get back into their final sexy human forms and they driving to look for more victims. As they driving past the house, you see Sam eating his little lollipop. He got a pumpkin lollipop, iconic. You see Mr. Crud shut the door like, I'm done. His face all bandaged up because he just fought the trick-or-treating Sam character entity. Then you see the girls, the werewolves drive past, and you see the little witch character who's just at the cemetery walking home from the street. So you like, damn, all this shit intertwined. It's a crazy ass Halloween town. And if I'm not mistaken, it's Ohio. Like, goddamn, they breathe some psycho. I don't know what it is about Ohio to people that make them think this is great for horror. But anyways, that's it. I'm not sure, or I think they either coming out with a part 2 or it's already out. I'm not sure, and I'm sorry I'm not sure about that. But this is highly recommended. Trick or Treat. I'm giving this a solid 6 out of 10. And I'm going to tell you why. It's a 6 because it's a very passable movie and it's good. But a 7 to me, 7 or better mean everybody like it. Meaning, like I said, 7 or better. That's 70% technically, but you know what I mean. 70% rating mean it's passable. Most people liked it. A 6 is like 6 out of 10 people will like it, but the 4 don't. You get what I'm saying? I ain't got to break it down like I did anyway. And when I said I did anyway. My point is, this is a solid 6 out of 10. It's a good movie. I recommend it. And that's it for your ass. ZZ the King. That's the end of horror Halloween month. Not the end of me, though. I'm coming back tomorrow with another banger. ZZ the King. Zach King on social media sites. Like and subscribe. Your favorite horror channel. And I'm out. Shout out to my subscribers.